Whenever I went to eat at the temple, I first had to cross the lake by jumping on floating logs. The rule was simple: my clothes must not get wet. When I first arrived, I saw the other monks crossing with ease. I thought that looks easy, but the moment I stepped onto a log, I lost my balance and fell straight into the lake. Soaked from head to toe, I ran toward the cafeteria. At the gate, a senior monk stopped me and said I cannot enter with wet clothes. So I quickly took off my wet clothes, laid them out on a stone pillar to dry, and waited. When they were finally dry, I put them back on and went inside. But by then, everyone had already finished their rice. I spotted a basket with some porridge left, grabbed a bowl, not realizing it was reserved for the senior monks. One of them stopped me and said if I want a full stomach, I must rely on new own effort. They gave me a challenge: balance on the floating log while eating the porridge. But I couldn't even stay balanced. Once again, I fell into the water. The next day, when I thought no one was watching, I tried to climb the wall to sneak into the refectory. But the same monk caught me and threw me back into the water. Everyone around burst out laughing. That night, I made a decision that would prove myself. After everyone went to sleep, I rolled out 2 wooden barrels and began practicing balance. Slowly, I learned to roll the barrels faster, switching from one to the other until my balance became perfect. The next morning, everyone assumed I would fail again. But this time, I stepped lightly onto the log, launched into a somersault, and crossed as if I were flying through the air. The senior monk was shocked and replaced the logs with thin wooden planks. Now the path was much harder. Even the senior students couldn't cross. Confident, I tried, but eventually I fell once more. From then on, we all trained day and night, but no one could succeed. Then Master Sio appeared. He asked me to throw a plate hard into the water. It sank immediately. He explained that when you step too hard, the wood sinks beneath you. Just like the plate, the more pressure, the quicker it sinks. Then he tossed another plate lightly, tilting it so it slid across the surface. The plate skimmed gracefully over the water and reached the other side. That night, I returned to the lake and practiced non-stop. After countless failures, at last I crossed the thin plank completely.